Another day, another video. Today I'll be discussing on chapter 8 for Python Crash Course Edition 3. Okay, and then in this chapter we'll be discussing on functions, right? Such functions in Python. Yeah, okay. Okay, the chapter we learn to write functions which are named blocks of code designed to do one specific job. When you want to perform a particular task, you define the function. Call the function responsible for it. If you need to perform that task multiple times throughout your program, you don't need to type all the code for the same task again and again. You just call the function dedicated to handling that task, and the code tells Python to run the code inside the function. You'll find that using the function makes your programs easier to write, read, text, and fix. Find a function is simple function named great user. That's why you guys got a function there. And then you just quickly go to the old functions. Okay, so it's got my own functions. So here's a function, right? So the great user, right? Okay. Let me go to my own. So def often base toppings, right? Then function F is for function. You have ordered a base pizza along with the following toppings, put toppings. Go to my terminal. Then you run this function here on my terminal. Right, run this function on my terminal. Come on. Okay. Right, so this example shows simple structure for function. The first line is the keyword def to inform Python that you're defining a function. This is the function definition, which tells Python the name of the function and, if applicable, which kind of information the function needs to do its job. Name of the function is great user. It needs no information to do its job. Its parentheses are empty, even so the parentheses are required. Finding the definition ends in a colon. Any indented line that follow the great user written the body of the function. The text of the second line is a command called docstring, which describes what the function does. When Python generates a documentation for the functions in the programs, it looks for a string immediately after the function's definition. These strings are usually closed triple quotes, which lets you write multiple lines. Okay, so yeah. Entering grade user called grade user gives the function the information needs, argument and parameters. Preceding grade user function, we define grade user to require variable for the variable username. Once you call the function, give the information. Uh, the variable username in the definition of grade user is an example parameter piece of information the function needs to do its job. The value chasing grade user is an example of an argument. Argument is a piece of information that's passed from a function called to a function. So positional argument. Right, you got this example of positional argument. So it's got Jimi Hendrix and John Hooker Lee. John Lee Hooker. Right, full name, title, first name, middle name, last name. Right, so obviously what you got here is information, name, middle name. So this is the formatted name. So it basically formats what you have here. Full name, if middle name, full name equals first name, middle name, last name. What's full name, first name, last name, turn full name, title, musician, here formatted name, Jimi Hendrix, formatted name. As you can see, you can print out the terminal. So that's what you have here. So you've got, and then I have multiple function calls that you've got here. So put that there, right? Right, as you can see here, when you have like multiple function calls, you got this. That, yeah, that's what prints out. Calling a function multiple times is a very efficient way to work. Code describes that a pet is written once in the function. At any time you want to describe a new pet, you call the functions with the new pet's information, even if the code for describe a pet will expand to 10 lines. You could still describe a new pet in just one line. Call the function again. What that matters in positional arguments. Um, okay, so you got that right. Right, so you got that as well. Jimi Hendrix, John Lee Hooker. I have some my hamster's name is Harry. I have a dog, dog's name is Willie. Okay, so that's what you got. You got that there. And yeah, order matters and positional arguments. So these are examples of functions. So in this case, what they return is different arguments. Right, passing a list, you know, has a list there, right? Okay, oh, that problem. Can return a problem. Okay, yeah, okay, there you got it. So this is gonna return a whole list. Yeah, it's gonna return a passing list. It's gonna pass a list. And so those are basic examples of functions. Thank you very much. Let me pass another one last one.